small school was conducted by Keith for members present. Many jobs around the engine were explained and shown to the attentive members. Another small fire is thrown on and the old girl is coming round nicely.
That little hole there. That's all you need to put in it. You can also put a little bit of action oil down there. It feeds the gudgeon pin.
After oiling around, the compressor is started with some gentle help. .5069 is alive and well. For the first time, one of our steam engines moves under its own steam in Glenreagh Yard. 5069 will shunt the 42 class out of the way in front and then tail rope 3028 back into loco to clear the way for her to couple up to cub set 84. Set to head off on the Dorrigo Express. First, 5069 will stand silent in memory for Philip. Detonators are placed down as she heads for the Dorrigo branch. great moment as 5069 runs onto our own line. This is Dorrigo Express, take 1. Dorrigo Express, take 2. Just to prove a point, Dorrigo Express, take 3. As we back through Glenreagh station, Phil might not be with us, but his memory certainly is.
That's the most dangerous time.
5069 will do a small shunt before stowing her cars. The old girl certainly looks a picture in the setting sun. On Sunday the 23rd of December 1984, the 60th anniversary of the opening of the Dorrigo line, 5069 is standing at Tallawodja Creek, which is 2 miles from Glenreagh. She is ready to take the Dorrigo Steam Railway and Museum's first official train up the mountain to Loanna, which is the halfway point on the line. Because the line was worked by staff and ticket, 4206 will be able to trail 5069 to Loanna. The great moment has arrived and many members came to record it. Now the 7 miles of 1 in 30 grade starts. Grass on the rails certainly caused some anxious moments. Into the first tunnel, and on the other side, an unforgettable run past. Has only 2 tunnels on it, and as we pass through the second one, the locomotive blows off, which is in unexpected peril for the cameraman. The camera never quite recovered from this bath. Through some gaps in the tall timbers, we catch a brief view of the valley. This was one of the many repaired sections of the track. The 1 in 30 grade ends as we pass the brake landmark. Here trains were stopped for handbrakes to be wound down before they started down the long grade. On a 1 in 60 grade is Timber Top, which was the first crossing loop, but it was cut out many years before the line closed. On the 43 miles of line, there are 4, 7 and 115 8-chain curves. Over the main Glenreagh to Loanna Road. We slow down to pass over one of the many major washerways that had to be filled in. As the land levels out and becomes clearer, we are nearing Moulton. On the first crossing of Mole Creek, special attention was taken as 5069 eases over the bridge, as the line was closed 14 years ago. The bridge had been inspected, but no chances were taken. water was taken here as Mole Creek tank was still unserviceable. Now it's the diesel's turn. It has the heaviest axle load in the museum's collection. If the bridge will hold her weight without a large deflection, then it is in reasonable condition. As you can see, all is okay. This procedure was repeated on the next 2 Mole Creek crossings. This is crossing number 2. The last bridge is a different design with a steel centre span. After the 42 class clears it, we are off, non-stop for Loanna. The thriving township of Loanna is in sight. After 7 years of negotiations and back-breaking work reopening the line, 5069 steams into Loanna Station. This is a scene that many people said was impossible. After a while, 4206 arrives to share in the glory. Only a small section needs to be cleared, some sleepers renewed, and a burnt-out bridge to be replaced before that great day when 5069 can steam into Dorrigo Yard. Steam returns to Dorrigo and the Ragtag Railway. The 43-mile Dorrigo branch line was opened in December 1924. Steam was the main motive power until the mid-60s when diesels took over, but the decline in traffic caused its closure in October 1972. This film will show the Dorrigo Steam Railway and Museum's first train to run to Dorrigo, which has taken almost a decade of work of securing and reopening the line. 3028 and 5069 with 9L-type passenger cars will leave Glenreagh trolley shed because of congestion in Glenreagh Yard. Miles from Glenreagh and the climb begins. 7 miles of 1 in 30 grade with mainly 8 chain curves makes for some hard steaming. There is only 2 tunnels on the line, and they are both on this section. They certainly make conditions very uncomfortable on the footplate. This section, Glenreagh to Loanna, was reopened on the 23rd of December 1984, 60 years to the day that the line was originally opened. Timbertop was once the first crossing loop, but it had been cut out in the line's declining years. Yulong, Dorrigo side of Loanna, and the museum steam is breaking new ground. This staff section, Loanna to Megan, has mainly 1 in 30 grades, up and down, but mainly up. 1 and 30 to Bobo Creek. There is only 4 sections of level track on the whole line, and they are all bridges. Bobo Creek is just one of them. The other end of the bridge and straight onto another 1 in 30. It's hard to believe that this is really preserved steam at work. still working hard on the 1 in 30, it's through Cascade, which is the Forestry Commission's depot for the area. Many years ago, a 2-foot gauge steam tramway worked out into the mountains gathering logs for the sawmill. The grade eases just past Briggsvale before dropping down to Wild Cattle Creek. Half a mile later and it's Meagan, the last crossing loop before Dorrigo. When the line becomes operational, trains will run from Dorrigo to Meagan and return. This is the starting station for the official run, so the train is serviced and clean. 4206 had brought rolling stock to Meagan many months before, including coal in an LCH and a bogey water gin. Both locos were topped up while members black oiled them. For the run, many members were bought from Dorrigo in some preserved ex-government buses. The water gin is cut out. It is nearing departure time. Many TV stations sent film crews, and the ABC even sent a helicopter for the event. All were eager for an interview on the footplate. Then at 1 minute to 11, the staff for the last section is taken on, and the train will set off on time at 11 o'clock.
Meagan to Dorrigo. Ready. Well, he's with us tonight. No worries.
only 8 miles to Dorrigo. The helicopter shot some very spectacular film. First photo run was just short of Lee. Cameras are out as the train passes Lee, the highest point on the line. At 2,635 feet, it means the train has climbed over 2,400 feet since leaving Glenreagh. Matthews Creek Bridge is on a 1 in 30 grade and is an 8-chain curve. The knockers are running out of obstacles they will say will stop the train from reaching Dorrigo. Onto the Dorrigo Plateau, and the locals have turned out in force to see the train, so flagmen have to be used to control level crossings. Just short of the 440 mile post, a small bridge was burnt out. A temporary deviation was put round it using about 4 chain curves. Great care was taken, but no trouble was experienced. The line runs down to Bealsdown Creek before climbing up the other side of the valley to Dorrigo. Bealsdown Creek is also the last resting place of Philip Roach, one of the museum's foundation members. train was running almost 1 hour early, as the timetable had allowed plenty of time in case of trouble at the deviation. This allowed for many photo runs on the last climb to Dorrigo. The last obstacle, Deep Creek. What the knockers did not know that all the bridges on the line had been inspected and weight tested using the 120-tonne weight of the 42 class. It has the heaviest axle load in the museum's collection. Just to prove a point, the train runs over it again. Still early, so one last photo run just outside Dorrigo Yard. It was so close that the train came to a stop at the Dorrigo home signal. At 2:45 p.m. on Saturday the 5th of April 1986, this signal is pulled off and a seemingly impossible dream comes true. Over 13 years since the museum's formation has come home and the ragtag railway still lives. What a reception! Almost the whole of the population of the area turned out to cheer the train in. About an hour later, the crowd thinned out enough for the locos to cut off and run to the turntable. 3028 was the first 30 class ever to run the line, and the train it headed up was the first double-header steam passenger train and the longest passenger train ever on the line. Class were a regular visitor to the line, but the mainstay was the 19 class, of which the museum has two, 1904 and 1923. 1904, the oldest loco in the collection, had worked on the construction of the line in 1924. Once turned, the locos will head for the de-ashing pit. Oh, the luxury! This is the first de-ashing pit ever used by the members. Very few people will ever know how much work has gone into getting the museum to Dorrigo. But the railway will stand forever as a monument to the dedication of Keith Jones and the members of the Dorrigo Steam Railway and Museum.